Rick, thank you so much. The tragedy at Sandy Hook Elementary is shining a spotlight on school safety for all parents. That school had reportedly installed a new security system, and they did conduct regular lockdown drills. Despite the precautions, the gunman still found and forced his way in, according to authorities. Joining me now, Tom Ruskin is a former detective with the New York City Police Department, president of CMP Group Security. Well, Tom, it's times like this that we call you in to ask you what, as parents and as Americans, we can do to keep our kids safer. Could it have been prevented?
No. There's certain events that happen in this world. We have some very sick individuals, evil people in this country and around this world who are looking to do harm. And we can't protect everything. You can't protect the President of the United States every moment of the day. We learned that from past history. So what do we do looking forward? What we do looking forward is we look towards each experience that happened. From Columbine, we know that police waited a little too long, and now they have the active shooter program, where police now respond in a very quick way and go in teams of 2 to try and stop what's ever happening. It happened recently in the mall in Portland. It happened yesterday. And we know that this shooting took 3 minutes. A lot can happen in 3 minutes.
But it's hard for people to fathom that one person can walk in with the number of weapons that are still being confirmed and shoot so many people to death in such a short period of time. How well trained would this suspect, this shooter, have to be?
Not that well trained. You're shooting sitting ducks. You're shooting little kids in a classroom. How well do you have to be trained? Let's talk about what went right yesterday. He had to fight his way into the school. The school, for a small little community, 25,000, 30,000 people, had some of the most sophisticated systems that we know in schools or in institutions today. He had to fire his way in. At the point in time where he got in, there were teachers. There was a conversation on Studio B yesterday about this, Miss Martin. Let's talk about the unsung hero, the teachers who nestled their kids and locked down their classrooms upon the lockdown.
They had practiced this, so those drills do pay off. Most
schools around this country and learning institutions, colleges, practice these drills. There's also the robocalling, where not only are you alerting the other teachers through the robocall, you're alerting the parents and the local officials. And then the police responded in hundreds within minutes to get there.
So all of that went right. Let me just ask you about other schools. The schools that have installed metal detectors, worth it?
It's another system. If you feel you need a metal detector, it's another way. But could this guy have fired and killed the people manning the metal detector?
Or you have to come in through the entrance that has the metal detector.
Correct. And if someone lets him in a different way or some other way. But relative to this, there are going to be tragedies. There are going to be events that happen in this country that we're just not going to be able to get our heads around. And
but
now
folks
it's a
like you are so trained. You can look someone in the eye and tell if they're going to do an evil deed. I have a feeling. So should we, many parents are calling now for a trained, armed professional at the door of a school. Should we invest in that if we're able?
If you feel the need, then yes. Do armed guards. I mean, look at New York City. New York City has a whole division that protects our schools, has metal detectors in certain schools, has a commanding officer that protects our schools. But, you know, looking forward, we had a principal yesterday, from all reports, who ran towards this man and tried to wrestle him down and tried to stop him. She lost her life in that thing. That could have very easily happened to an armed officer. We know from our history that armed security people are a deterrent. Is it the ultimate stop? No. But we have to look towards what we're going to learn from this incident to make our schools and our institutions safer.
I'm out of time, but quickly, do you think teachers should be allowed to bear arms?
I don't think that that's going to make that big a difference. I think the teachers who nestled the kids in the classrooms and the lockdown procedures, the CCTV systems, and the access card systems are what's going to protect our schools better.
All right. Tom Ruskin, retired NYPD detective.
Thank you.
Thanks for helping us keep our kids safe.
Well, let's hope.
We have to try.
Yeah, let's say a prayer.
Thank you, Tom.
Thanks.
Rick?
Thanks, Jamie and Tom. Monsignor